Hey, and welcome to another episode of Motors and Meats. In today's episode, we have a few things to take care of before we head to the tail of the dragon. Last episode you saw that we added Eibach lowering springs, and I've since then done about 1,200 miles on the car, so all the settling has taken place. It's now sitting a full 1.2 inches lower than before. You add that to the EMC2 design bits that we've added. We added the front lip spoiler, the side skirts, the rear splitters, and while we were doing the lowering springs, we had the wheels powder coated in a bronze finish. It's actually called Highland Bronze, and I really like the way that came out. So what are we working on today? Today, we are going to add 15 millimeter spacers all the way around the car and just do an oil change. My oldest son Sawyer and I head out in about 3 days. We're going to meet James McGrath from Auto Amateur, Jay Reed from Jay Reed YouTube, Mark, Matthew, and a handful of other guys that we drive with from time to time. We'll be in the Smoky Mountains, not just doing the Tail of the Dragon, but also the Cherahalla Skyway, the Foothills Parkway, and all of those other amazing roads that are up there. You definitely need to schedule time for yourself to go drive your car there. It doesn't matter what the car is. It is really, really amazing. While we're getting the oil warmed up to do the oil change, I thought we'd get a few before shots of the wheels without the spacers so we can see what that difference looks like. After we get everything on, we'll come back and drive this road again and get some more shots and see how much better things look. I went with a 15 millimeter spacer all the way around because I want to make sure that I reduce the wheel gap as much as possible. I want to take all of that out so it's sitting nice and clean. And after I do this, I'm really sort of done with the way the car looks until I get around to doing some decals. I'm not going to do that just yet. I've got a few service things that I need to do. We're going to do a PDK service. That's going to flush all the fluid, change out the filter, and we'll make sure and get an episode of that. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're interested in things about the 997, if you're interested in the PDK in general, if you're interested in 911s in general, we're doing lots of adventures with other cars and lots of cool drives and lots of upgrades and mods to these cars. The oil's back up to temperature now, so let's head back to the house. We'll go ahead and add those spacers and let it cool down just a little bit, and then we'll get the oil change done and we'll be ready to go. Job is done, spacers are on, the car is sitting a little bit wider than it was a couple of hours ago. And if you guys need to see a more in-depth oil change, click right here and that'll take you to that video. I'm really happy with how it turned out just looking at it. Now I'm taking it for a test drive, headed to my curvy road, so I can see if I can press the wheels into the fenders a little bit and make sure everything's going to clear. Thank you again for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, like if you like, thumbs down if you don't, and I'll see you on the next video.